Hey everybody, it's Dean DaCosta, Search Theory. Today we're going to look at a little face sourcing. Now, as you know, you can do face searching. Um, I've shown you some tools to do it based on a picture. We're going to do it based on a name. And I want you to look at that URL up there because this URL is very important because it guarantees you're going to get a face. If you go into a Google search and you search a name there, and then you go to the images, there is no face. You don't get to have a face. So this is what it would look like. So let's look at this for a minute. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to open this up. And we're going to get into our searches. We're going to do a little Googling, and we're going to put in my name, Dean DaCosta. I always like to use my name because I don't want other people to feel bad. Okay, so we got this Dean DaCosta. Now let's go to images. Okay, you got my face, but here's the thing. If you look up here, it doesn't say face. It doesn't say what kind of search we're doing. So if we go over here and we do size, yeah, that ain't going to help me. Color, they ain't going to help me. Type, let's go to type. Any clip art, line draw. You don't see face in there now, do you? Not at all. Let's go to clip art. Now this is when we're going to have a little fun. We're going to copy that URL and bring it over here and bring it down here. And the first thing you're going to notice is, let's look all the way here. So here's the Q, that Dean DaCosta is up there. You're going to get that. You're going to get TBM, this TPS, and then you're going to equal I, blah, 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 blah. So one would think that if I just went ahead and did this, and put in the word face instead of clip art, because we're not looking for clip art, and copied it, put it back there, that it would work. So that's what we're going to discover. We made the change. Bang. Faces. There you go. Now, so it worked, which I expected it would. But here's the thing. And we're going to come down here and make sure. This search worked, but it's a little convoluted. And I'm going to tell you why. Look at all those. And now look at all these. There's a difference, not a big difference, but a small difference. And the difference is, one, the URL is smaller. Number two, you get a little less junk. Like I said, a lot of differences, same, like he's on that one, he's on that one, she's on that one. And that's because they're all linked to me on LinkedIn, boom, 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 boom. But you get a few here that you don't get here. And that's what the key is. So either one works, but I like this one better. I like this one up here better. It's basically the same thing. Now, keep in mind, all this stuff down here, truthfully, kind of irrelevant. Pretty much everything after this, I believe, is irrelevant. Let's verify that. Google loves to put more characters in there than is really needed. Let's see if I'm right. I might have cut it off a little too soon. Yeah. So basically after that, it's pretty much irrelevant. It's all just a bunch of malarkey. So that's it, and that's because you got it in English. You want to have the English there. I like this version of it, which you can see. You can write it down yourself. I'm not going to read it to you, but this version will work as well. But again, remember that when you come, you see face now, but if we remember correctly, when we first did the search, let me get out of this, there was no face choice. That's because you have to type in face. Where it says clip art, type in face. That's all you got to do. It'll work. Not as good as the one that I have, but it'll still work. This one here is the one I use in my tool, sourcing links. This is what you'll end up, this one up here, excuse me, is what you'll end up doing if you just remove the clip art or whatever choice you want to make and make it face. The thing is to remember, you have to pick one of these, clip art, line drawing, or GIF, because any type doesn't really, it's harder to find where any type is, and I'll show you what I mean. Not saying it can't be done, just saying it's harder. Let's go ahead and put any type in here, and what you're going to have to do is, where is any type? There, you don't see that here, so it's hard to figure out where do you put the word face. Now we know because it's after the ITP, but here's the problem. There is no ITP. So the question is, where would you do it? So if we were to follow, so you can click class in HTML, is we know a TBM ICS, so this TBM, NHL, and TBS equals whatever, ENTBS.SA equals this. Well, guess what? The NHL stuff there. So one can assume at this point that where the face would go would be right after the HL. Now, I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to do it because I don't know if it'll work or not. And frankly, I don't want this video to be too long, but you get the idea. However, when you get to the tools and you say what type and you change it to say clip art, we then know exactly where to put face in instead of clip art. And that's right here where it says clip art. You put in face and we're done. So there you go. That's the whole thing. It's convoluted, a little bit big, but truth be told, just use that one. It's easy. The link's right there. Or wait until I get my tool out, in which case it'll be automatic. It'll be automatic. Face search is sitting right up here somewhere in one of these things here. Right there is where face search is, and if I click on it, here you go. Now keep in mind that's with Dean DaCosta with with one word. We switch it to there. We get better results. We go and put in quotes. We'll get better results. You get the same. Long story short, Dean DaCosta, the Search Authority, face search thing. May the source be with you.